Hi friends, this is CA Seema Baheti from Empire Institute to teach you basics of accounting, our first chapter of accounts. Now we will start with the chapter by giving all the terminologies in accounts, how accounts moves and how all the definitions will come, and I will give you the explanation hereafter one by one. First of all, bookkeeping. What do you mean by bookkeeping? The word only says bookkeeping. You have to keep the book. It is an art or the science of recording business transactions systematically. And what does it say? It says, the definition says, systematic recording, classifying and summarizing the business transaction for a definite period. It means you are doing a day-to-day accounting. What you are doing day-to-day accounting is called as bookkeeping. Now the second terminology is accountancy. Accountancy is a technical term. In addition to recording the business transaction, you have to analyze and interpret the accounts. What you have to do, you have to prepare balance sheet, you have to prepare financial statements with the help of a professional. Is called as accountancy. Now what is the core difference in bookkeeping and accountancy? Bookkeeping is a primary stage, accountancy is a secondary stage. Bookkeeping is done by a accountant and accountancy is done by the professional like a chartered accountant. Yeah? Now next is methods of accountancy. There are three methods of accountancy. One is cash basis of accountancy, next is accrual basis, and third is mixed basis. What do you mean by cash basis of accounting? Cash basis means only and only recording of receipts and payment of cash expenses. Only and only cash transactions are recorded here. This is good for the small business organizations or the organizations which only records cash transactions. Next is accrual basis of accounting. Accrual basis of accounting is the accounting where we normally does all the recording of transaction irrespective of cash received or not. Means expenses incurred even though they have not paid. Like आपका सैलरी ड्यू हो गया है 1 तारीख को पर आपने अभी तक पे नहीं किया है. द डिफरेंस इज आपने सैलरी का एक्सपेंस बुक करना है पर आपने अभी तक पेमेंट नहीं किया है. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस इन बोथ? सैलरी पेड होगी तभी कैश बेसिस में जाएगी और सैलरी ड्यू होगी तब एक्रूअल बेसिस ऑफ अकाउंटिंग में रिकॉर्ड होगी. इट मीन्स income and expenses both are due or accrued is recorded here irrespective of amount received or not. Next is mixed basis. Mixed basis is mixed of these both, cash basis and accrual basis. But as per Indian law, now this method is abolished. We can't use mixed basis of accounting. We can only use either a cash basis or the accrual basis of accounting. About cash basis is generally used by the professionals like the chartered accountants, lawyers, and one more thing is not for profit organization. Those organizations which purely work for the benefit of society. We will discuss that point later in the session. Moving forward, transaction. What do you mean by transaction? Transaction means any exchange of goods or services from one person to another with respect to money or money's worth is called as transaction. ट्रांजेक्शन का मतलब होता है एक चीज़ का लेना और एक चीज़ का देना, आदान और प्रदान करना. मतलब आपने अगर मेरे से गुड्स लिए हैं तो आप मुझे कैश देंगे, मैंने आपसे गुड्स लिया है तो आप मुझे कैश देंगे और मैं आपको गुड्स दूंगी. गुड्स की डेफिनेशन हम और आगे पढ़ेंगे. ट्रांजेक्शन में देयर आर टू टाइप्स. वंस अगेन, वन इज मॉनिटरी ट्रांजेक्शन, अनदर इज नॉन मॉनिटरी. Now transaction. Transaction means exchange of any goods or services for money or money's worth. What does it mean? It means आपको कोई भी goods के अगेंस्ट में पैसा लेना है और आप अगर goods दे रहे हैं तो पैसा देना है. बिजनेस में ट्रांजेक्शन का मतलब होता है जब भी आपने कोई भी गुड्स खरीदे या बेचे तो आप क्या लेते हो? पैसा लेते हो और माल देते हो. दूसरा, आप माल अगर खरीद रहे हो तो माल खरीदते हो तो पैसा देते हो. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज एक्सचेंज. अगर आप सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड करते हो, आप चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हो, आप लॉयर हो, आप डॉक्टर हो, आप इंजीनियर हो, आप आर्किटेक्ट हो, इन दैट केस अगेन आप सर्विसेज दे रहे हो और व्हाट यू आर गेटिंग इज मनी. दैट इज द एक्सचेंज ऑफ गुड्स और सर्विसेज फ्रॉम वन पर्सन टू अनदर. इसको समझाने के लिए वी हैव अगेन टू टाइप्स. वन इज मॉनिटरी, अनदर इज नॉन मॉनिटरी. मॉनिटरी मीन्स only and only cash basis of exchange. the transaction which is incurred only for the monetary benefit. Next is non-monetary. It is purely called as barter exchange. That means if you have goods, you can exchange with the another goods. If you have any services, you can exchange with another services rather than money. मतलब पैसे से जो एक्सचेंज होता है उसको बोला जाता है मॉनेटरी ट्रांजेक्शन, और अगर आपका गुड्स और सर्विसेज के अगेंस्ट में एक्सचेंज होता है तो उसको बोला जाता है नॉन मॉनेटरी ट्रांजेक्शन. मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, नेक्स्ट इज एंट्री. आपने बहुत बार सुना होगा बुक्स में एंट्री करनी है. एंट्री करनी है मतलब रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ योर बिजनेस ट्रांजेक्शन इज कॉल्ड एज एंट्री. जो हमने अभी पढ़ा ट्रांजेक्शन रिकॉर्ड करना वो बोला जाता है एंट्री. उसके दोनों इफेक्ट करने पड़ते हैं, ये अपन नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में पढ़ेंगे. नेक्स्ट इज नरेशन. नरेशन मतलब आफ्टर डूइंग द एंट्री यू हैव टू गिव द एक्सप्लेनेशन बिलो दैट एंट्री अबाउट द एंट्री ओनली, कि व्हाट यू हैव डिड इन द एंट्री, द brief explanation of the entry done in the books of accounts. Next is accounting year. Accounting year means a period of 12 months which always starts from 1st of April and ends on the 31st March of the next year. Just like current year, we are having 2020 April, 1st of April 2020 our accounting year is starting, and when it will end 31st of March 2021. Right? Now, moving forward is goods, the very core topic, the very core content. Goods means any kind of a commodity or a thing or a product in which you are dealing in the business, which is called as goods. Goods is the core component of your business in which you deals. Now, capital. Capital, the amount which is invested in the business is called as capital. आप बिजनेस में जितनी भी लागत लगाते हैं, जितना भी अमाउंट बिजनेस शुरू करने के लिए लगाते हैं, उसको बोला जाता है कैपिटल. कैपिटल के अकाउंट्स के भाषा में इक्वेशन है कैपिटल इज इक्वल टू एसेट्स माइनस लायबिलिटीज. अब यहाँ पर एक मैं बात समझाना चाहूँगी. व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय कैपिटल? सपोज आई हैव स्टार्टेड अ बिजनेस विच इज कॉल्ड एज Priya Services. Now I am the owner of Priya Services, but what is the difference in Priya Services and Priya? Priya Services is an entity and Priya is the owner of that entity. So Priya have invested in the business which is called as capital, but for Priya Services what it is the liability. Priya Services एक business है, एक entity है जिसको वो पैसा वापस करना पड़ेगा. किसको? ओनर को. कैपिटल को, वो जो कैपिटल आपको दे रहा है, द पर्सन हु इज गिविंग यू द कैपिटल इज नोन एज प्रोपराइटर. उसको बोला जाता है प्रोपराइटर. द प्रोपराइटर इज द पर्सन हु इज गिविंग यू अ मनी टू इन्वेस्ट इन द बिजनेस. दैट इज वाई बिजनेस टेक्स कैपिटल एज लाइबिलिटी. ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, बिजनेस के लिए आपकी कैपिटल लाइबिलिटी मानी जाती है. नेक्स्ट इज ड्रॉइंग्स. ड्रॉइंग्स इज द अमाउंट विच इज विड्रॉन बाय द ओनर, by the proprietor for his personal use. It may be amount, it may be goods, both of them. Suppose if I have a bakery shop, what I did, I have taken out some pastries, some cakes for my personal use. That withdrawn is called as goods used for personal use, and I will call it as drawings. The amount which I have withdrawn for my insurance premium, for my petrol, for my telephone bill, for all my personal use is called as drawings. Next is debtors, a very important term. Debtor means a person who is having a debt. The person to whom business has to pay. The person to whom the business has to pay. Business किसको पे करता है? जिससे आप goods खरीदते हो, जिससे आप goods बेचते हो. It is sale. Next is creditor. Creditor means आपने जिससे क्रेडिट पे गुड्स लिए हैं. It is called as purchases. From whom you have purchased the goods on credit is called as creditor. Next is bad debts. Bad debts, as I discovered, debt यानी उधार. उधार जिसकी आपकी रिकवर नहीं होती है उसको बोला जाता है bad debt. It is an irrecoverable amount from debtors. It is an irrecoverable amount from debtors. नेक्स्ट इज कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर. नाउ मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय एक्सपेंडिचर? आप लोगों ने सुना ही है, एक्सपेंडिचर मतलब एनी अमाउंट विच इज़ एक्सपेंस फॉर द पर्पज ऑफ बिजनेस. जो आपने बिजनेस चलाने के लिए खर्चा किया है उसको बोला जाता है एक्सपेंडिचर. अब एक्सपेंडिचर में तीन टाइप है. वन इज कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर, नेक्स्ट इज रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर एंड थर्ड इज डेफर्ड रेवेन्यू एक्सपेंडिचर. कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर मीन्स एनी एक्सपेंडिचर विच यू डू फॉर द acquiring assets or the what I will say, a property for the business for the long term benefit of the business is called as capital expenditure. Just like plant and machinery, land and building, machinery, furniture, this is for the long term purpose we acquire for the business. Next is revenue expenditure. Revenue expenditure means any expenditure which we incur for the day to day running of the business, like rent paid, wages, salaries, courier charges, advertisement, all are a revenue expenditure. Third point is capital deferred revenue expenditure. What do you mean by deferred revenue? The word only says you have expensed for the year, but आपको उसका benefit आने वाले और कुछ सालों तक मिलता है, आप उसका खर्चा deferred करते हो, इसीलिए उसको बोला जाता है deferred revenue expenditure. The third type is like you have paid for the advertisement contract for 3 years. आप उसको यूज कितने साल करोगे? 3 साल. पर आप अकाउंटिंग कितनी कर रहे हो? 1 ईयर की कर रहे हो. तो द 2 years you have deferred. That is why the amount is called as deferred revenue expenditure. So start. Trade discount. You guys have heard of discount. Now we have to understand what is discount and what are the types. Discount is the benefit which you give to your customer or which you take from your creditors. As a two part is there for the discount. One is trade discount, another is cash discount. Trade discount is the discount which you get at the time of transaction only, which is deducted from your catalog price or from your list price. That means what you do, you negotiate while doing the transaction only and you give the final deal कि I will give you so much discount. This is called as trade discount. Trade discount, the very key part is you don't record in the books of accounts. आप trade discount को books of accounts में लिखते नहीं हैं. After deducting trade discount, what you get as your sale price or your purchase price, you record that only. Next is cash discount. Cash discount is a benefit which you give to your customer for the prompt payment of your debt. आप कैश डिस्काउंट कब देते हो? जब आपको आपका कस्टमर टाइमली पेमेंट देता है, जब आपने उसको क्रेडिट में माल बेचा है. उसने अगर आपको बोला है महीने भर बाद में पैसे दूंगा और उसने महीने भर के पहले या महीने भर में ही पैसे दे दिए, तो आप उसको कैश डिस्काउंट देते हो. द बेनिफिट विच इज to encourage prompt payment from your debtor is called as cash discount. Very key point, cash discount is always recorded in the books of accounts. Next is solvent. Solvent is the solvent person. What do you mean by solvent person? A person who can pay his liabilities as well as debts for the business, or I will say a person whose assets are more than his liabilities is called as solvent person. Next is insolvent person, the person whose assets are less than his liabilities. What does it mean? It means कि आपके पास में इतनी लाइबिलिटी हो चुकी है बट आपके पास पेमेंट करने के लिए पैसे नहीं हैं. इंसॉल्वेंट को अगर आप हिंदी में बोलना चाहो तो बोला जाता है दिवालिया होना. आपके पास में इतनी डेब्ट और इतनी लोन हो चुके हैं कि आपको उनका पेमेंट करने के लिए पैसे नहीं हैं. इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज इंसॉल्वेंट पर्सन. नेक्स्ट इज trading concern. Trading concern means any concern which does business purely for the purpose of earning profit. ट्रेड करना यानी बिजनेस करना. ट्रेडिंग कंसर्न यानी जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिजनेस करती है प्रॉफिट के ऑब्जेक्टिव से, उसको बोला जाता है ट्रेडिंग कंसर्न. नेक्स्ट इज नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट. Not for profit means any association, organization or a group of person who work for the betterment of society or a country but not for earning the profit. प्रॉफिट अर्न करने के लिए कमाई नहीं की जाती है, सिर्फ सर्विस देने के लिए वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन काम आती है. नेक्स्ट इज गुडविल. गुडविल इज अगेन अ वेरी important part in the account terminologies. Goodwill is the monetary benefit or the monetary value of your reputation or what I will say your intangible assets. any kind of a benefit which you get after a period of time because of the number of services you are providing, your after sales services, your product quality, your location, and your add-on benefits which you provide to the customer. The monetary benefit you get over a period of time is called as goodwill. Goodwill is recorded only and only when the business is sold out or at the time of admission, retirement, or death of any of the partner. Again, we will study this in 12th standard, but for the purpose of goodwill, I will say it is an intangible real asset. Intangible means you cannot touch, feel, or sense the goodwill. You have to only calculate by monetary terms only. You have to pay or you can earn. Now some small points. One is profit. How you earn the profit? When your selling price is more than your cost price. When you will get the loss when your cost price is more than your selling price. Next is revenue. Revenue means your sales. The amount by which you sell your product or services is called as your revenue. रेवेन्यू का मतलब होता है मैंने साल भर में जितने अमाउंट का माल बेचा. माई सेल इज कॉल्ड एज माई रेवेन्यू. नेक्स्ट इज इनकम. इनकम इज नथिंग बट अ इनडायरेक्ट इनकम और अ डायरेक्ट इनकम विच आई हैव अर्न ड्यूरिंग द कोर्स ऑफ माई बिजनेस. इट मे बी इंटरेस्ट, इट मे बी कमीशन, इट मे बी डिविडेंड. दीज आर ऑल कॉल्ड एज इनकम. Now assets. Assets means any physical thing or the rights which I have owned for the purpose of my business. I'll give you an example. I am a chartered accountant. If I want to run a practice of my profession, what I will be in need of? I'll be in need of a laptop, a computer, internet connection, printer, scanner. All are what my assets. Coming with the examples. Fixed asset, current asset, and fictitious asset. Fixed asset means any asset which are with me for the longer period of time. The longer period means it is for more than 1 year. Like land and building, plant and machinery, furniture, fixtures. Like for me, laptops. These are all my fixed assets. Current assets. Current assets means purely your assets which are for the year only. The examples are cash balance I have, the bank balance I have, and the bills receivable, and if I am doing a business, it is the stock. Stock is a current asset for me. The asset which are easily converted into cash is called as current assets. Next is fictitious asset. Fictitious asset means the asset which is what I will say intangible assets, which is only a rights which I have purchased for my business. Like if I am a manufacturer of any product, what I have did, I have taken a ISI mark. That ISI mark or any kind of a trade license I have paid for is called as fictitious assets, which is not with me in hand, but for that I have paid, is called as fictitious assets. Next is liabilities. Liabilities are exactly opposite of assets. Liability is the any amount which you have to pay for the business. It may be two types. One is current liability, another is fixed liability. Current liability, as I discussed already, current liability means the amount which you have to pay in current time, like your creditors, your bills payable, जिनको आपको तुरंत में पैसा देना पड़ता है within a short period, is called as current liabilities. Next is fixed liability. Fixed liability means a liability which is for a longer period, say for more than 1 year. It may be a secured bank loan, it may be a capital of your business, it may be any kind of a loan you have taken from any sources, and your another unsecured loans also. Next is contingent liability. Contingent liability is the liability which you have to pay or may not pay, which you may or may not pay after the happening of certain event. The condition is you may or may not get that liability. I'll give you an example. Suppose in my factory there is a worker who have sued me, जिसने मेरे पे केस कर दिया है और वो मेरा केस कोर्ट में पेंडिंग है. In that case, this is my contingent liability, which I have to represent below the balance sheet as a footnote. कि this is the case which is pending under my concern. If the court verdict will come in my favor, I will not get the liability, and if the court verdict will go opposite, then I have to pay this liability. Last point is net worth. Net worth means your valuation of your business. what I will say, your equity of your business. The equation says capital is equal to assets minus liabilities. What you own is asset. Suppose your assets is 20 lakhs, your liability is 10 lakh. What does it mean? It means your net worth is 10 lakhs. Your value of your business is 10 lakhs. Net worth is nothing but a value of your